Welcome to the AggroCast, the official podcast of AggroGamer.com. This is episode 85, and I am Brian Bentley. With me are the usual suspects, David Becker and Corey Dockendorf. What's going on, guys?
What's happening, man?
Not too much. How's it going?
It is going. Finally had a little break in the weather here in Cincinnati. So now it's only mid to high 80s. So it's been actually kind of nice today. So for once we have the windows open.
Mid to high 80s.
Yep.
I can't wait for that time again, when it slowly transitions from being hot to cold here in Vegas.
Yes, but you don't have that oppressive humidity that follows it.
No, it's just we have the mid 100s to 110s as our general.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like a dry heat or something, right?
So
that's what I'm supposed to say.
It's a pure heat.
All right.
It's a dry heat. A bonfire is a dry heat.
All right. Corey, what about you? What's going on with you?
Not much. Keeping busy, working hard, or hardly working, depending on what the day is. No, and just enjoying. And actually, it's a shame, and it's hot in Texas when we actually are waiting for a tropical storm for rain. We're actually excited about this. Evacuation be damned. I cannot wait for some rain, because it is dry as all hell here.
That's what... Never mind.
No. Really?
I couldn't... I tried to stop myself,
you
and then the words were already coming out at that point.
That's what she said.
You should have just jumped on that and went full tilt with it instead of muttering.
Well, I don't want to be...
Don't be that guy.
I don't want to bring the class too high, or too low, or...
If that was going to bring the class up, we have a problem with our podcast.
Compared to medium average.
We're going for, adequate and average. That's what we're doing.
And
that's above mediocre.
C+, we're going for a C+, solid. And Corey, stop your playing.
Hey.
You're like, I'm going to say something, except it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, well, just let it go. This time.
So you're already, since you're actually physically playing it at the moment, talk about what you've been playing, Corey.
Oh, we're gonna do what you've been playing. I'm gonna slaughter the name. Terraria. The game Terraria. What is? Oh, it's like a terrarium. Oh, that's freaking genius.
And gets it. All right. All right.
Wow, did y'all hear that light bulb come out of my head? That was pretty epic. Okay, no, honestly, So here's the problem: is that I didn't know what I was going to get into. I saw a little tiny 8-bit, 16-bit game that I was like, oh, this is kind of cute. I never downloaded it because I just never cared. My soon-to-be brother-in-law turned me onto it and said, hey, man, you need to check this out. I'm hosting my own server. It's really a lot of fun. I was like, okay, whatever. I'll give it a shot. And then it was on sale on Steam for $4.99. I'm like, 50%? I'm totally buying that. So I bought the damn game, and then I realized that, oh my god, I just got sucked into a Minecraft universe. Welcome to the rest of my life. So now I'm stuck crafting and building houses and doors, and it's a very clever game, and I can see how it's going to become very addicting. And even the Minecraft guys are saying there's a lot of dynamics in this game that they would like to use in Minecraft or implement it in Minecraft, and it's just a really good game. I recommend it. If you need a time sync, and I mean it's small. I think it's a 16 megabyte download, so for what you're getting, it's totally worth $5 to $10. I'll tell you that right now. And you can play with your friends. It's multiplayer. You can host your own servers. You can make your own world, a persistent world. There's hardcore levels so that you can play, and the first time you die by a zombie attack, you're pretty much done. It's a great game. I'm really enjoying it so far.
All right.
Oh, and wait, one more game that I'm playing that I'm actually want to give a shout out to, and that is what the hell am I playing? Let me pull up the name real fast. It's so good I forgot it. Is what it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it's amazing. It's shit, really. Hold on. I got the
shit, really.
No, Hunted the Deep
Shit, really.
Wait. That's the game you forgot?
Yeah.
You've been talking about this for 6 months on the podcast.
It's okay. It's all right. It's
All right. Yeah.
Okay, so I got Hunted. I got it for like $20 at QuakeCon this year, and for $20, you can't go wrong. Picked up the game. I'm enthralled. Storyline's great. Characters are enduring. The elf chick is hot. It's a lot of fun. It's really Gears of War with hack and slash and bow action. The multiplayer appeal is ideal. I mean, it's a two-player co-op game. That's what it's built for. Yeah, you can play it by yourself, which I did for a little bit, but it's really designed for two people. Obviously, being on PC, it's not that hard to find anybody to play with, but I think like on Xbox, it shouldn't be too bad either. The game is great. It's beautiful, beautiful game. Great lighting, wonderfully designed enemies, just a lot of fun. So I highly recommend that if you can pick that up. I think it's also on PlayStation 3, so you can pick it up on all the platforms. But totally worth it. Totally worth the buy.
Until you get Terrarium, when you'll absolutely forget about Hunted.
Terraria. Why did I miss that? Jesus.
So that's about it for you then, Corey?
Yeah. So you guys chat and I'll build my house.
Okay. David? All right, David, it's all you. What have you been playing?
The funny thing is, with a lot of the sequels coming out here within the next year or so, I've actually been picking up a few of the titles I haven't had a chance to actually play through or at least finish. Primarily, I've been playing Darksiders, the first one, because the second one interests me so much at Comic-Con. I just figured I'll break down in, give it a shot, and kind of sad that I missed out on it when it came out earlier on. The other one I'm playing is Borderlands. I started playing it, got probably like 15 levels in, and just kind of pittered out, or something else came up. And since seeing all this stuff for Borderlands 2, I was like, oh, let me give that another shot, and getting back into that as well.
So, I actually own both these games. Are you playing these on PC?
No, I'm playing them on PS3.
Really?
Well, the Darksiders I started playing on Live, because it's one of the download games I got on there.
That still exists?
Yeah, it's actually
Sorry.
just expanded even more. I've been playing around with their home unit for a while, and I'm surprised the number of games that they actually have now.
Oh wow!
Like I know I joked about it before that how are they going to get more than 40 games? But I think they're up to like 60 or 70 just on the home unit. I'm not even sure if that changes when you actually go to their PC app or whatever. So, but I'm playing both of them on the PS3. So.
Well, that doesn't help me much because I can't play with you then.
I'd hope you wouldn't want to play with me.
I saw that coming. I saw it coming.
Come on, I thought we were trying to bring up the class. We're going, remember, C+, not just C, C+.
Corey already brought it way too low, so I'm going to try to build it back up by...
Oh, don't you put this on me. Don't you put that on me.
Corey stopped being a part of this podcast when we hit the play button.
Yeah, I quit.
And he's just like, my house. I have a house.
Yeah.
Click.
Back walls.
I apologize. I will try to keep the podcast back, bring it back up to the C+ average.
That's right. Going for that. 84%.
Wow.
But I totally hear you about Darksiders. When it came out, I don't know how it sort of slipped into my backlog without me actually playing it, but it's just sitting there waiting for me to get onto that.
See, I was absolutely shocked because like one of my favorite games ever is God of War, and the whole gameplay style of it mimics very closely to it, and I didn't expect it to have such a big story with it. And that's kind of why I kind of pushed it off to the side. Was it just looked like it was kind of like how Dante's Inferno came out. They were trying to like kind of just use that momentum that God of War and other titles like that used. But now that I'm playing it, I'm just like, I really should not have set that aside. It's extremely enjoyable. I think I lost 6 hours the first day I put it in.
Wow. Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things.
You didn't need those 6 hours anyways.
Yeah. And what really piqued my interest on it again was the sequel actually looks to be even better than what I'm experiencing now with the game. So,
just the whole concept alone for the story just seems like it would be amazing for a story for a game.
Yeah, and They definitely deliver. At least so far from where I'm at.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that's Vigil Games, right?
Yes, Vigil Games and THQ.
Nice.
Very nice.
One of the few studios that the THQ didn't, outright shut down recently.
Right, because they only fired like 200 people.
No, you didn't need those people anyways.
I thought it was hilarious. I saw them axe all these people, and then the same day watched 12 job openings open up for just specifically Darksiders. For Darksiders 2. It was kind of fun.
Yeah. If you ever have a chance, I'm Hayden Dalton is one of the designers on Darksiders, and his Twitter is actually very good. If you ever have a chance to follow him on Twitter.
What's his Twitter?
Yeah, I knew it. As soon as I hit that, I was like, "Damn it! I should have looked this up before I started
walked into that one. You did.
Yeah, I think it's just
search
Haydn. Pretty sure that's right.
Sure. Sounds good.
Well,
It's alright. There's a bunny
yeah,
at my house.
no, that's not right. And that's not right. All right. Well, I'll figure it out and put it in the show notes. Yeah.
I wonder how many people actually read the show notes. If you read the show notes, I think somebody should comment on the podcast that you read the show notes. Just saying. I think that we should see how many people actually read the show notes.
Yeah, there's nobody.
Metaphorical cookie to the first person who does it.
There you go.
Noted.
Right. Anyway, how about that? Anything else?
That's all me. That's all I've been
So I have one big game that I've been playing, and I'm going to hold off on that till last, but I have been playing a lot of mobile games and Facebook games, for crying out loud. I picked
Who are you?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Is Persona on Facebook?
No, Persona's not on Facebook, but I wish it was. No, I've been playing Dragon Age Legends on Facebook.
Okay.
And I've been playing. I tried the Settlers game on Facebook. It's kind of dumb. And then the last one is what will bring me into what I've been playing is Assassin's Creed Project Legacy.
Oh yeah.
And that sort of leads me into I've been playing Assassin's Creed II, and I finished that, and I've now started Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. And once again, just like David, this is a game how did I not get my hands on this before? That game was amazing. The story was fantastic. Yeah, there was some actual combat elements that could have used a little more tweaking. If it was like I would try to throw a punch and then I'd end up rolling on the ground, and I'm like, I don't even know how I missed this guy. There are 5 guys surrounding me. How did I not hit somebody? And I think what killed me on it is I had, played around a little bit with Batman Arkham Asylum, and the combat flows so well as you fight one guy to the next guy to the next guy, chaining them all together, and then you get into Assassin's Creed 2 and you're like, I don't understand how I can't flow from fighting one guy to the next. I'm supposed to be a friggin' assassin.
Well, they kind of fixed that in Brotherhood, though.
Yeah, I've noticed that it's a lot smoother. Of course, I only play 2 hours, so it's not like I'm very far.
I think a little bit later on there's actually a tutorial that walks you through on how to actually do the flowing from one to another. Or at least the assassination moves or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, they did show me, and I have to kind of retool my fighting style to start including that. But, it was just really frustrating when there's so many other great aspects of Assassin's Creed 2, and then the combat just, it's almost there, and you're like, come on, you just need to go a little bit further. But I'm really glad to pick up Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, although it kills me that they took away everything, which is something that it's going to come up in Care Don't Care, but I really, really hate that when they strip me of everything I have or do, or that I know. I die a little bit inside, because it's not like I forgot how to do the big tall leap, for a ledge that's out of my reach. How did I forget that?
Well, that was I thought that was a upgrade a armor upgrade you had to have in 2.
No, I thought I just learned it.
Well, I know it was an upgrade you have to get. I could have sworn it was tied to armor or something like that, but
I thought it was a codex thing.
Oh.
But you know what? Regardless, at the end of Assassin's Creed 2, I know how to do the big long jump.
Yeah.
Right. So I understood at the beginning you were wounded and you couldn't run, you couldn't leap. Those things I understood. Then I went to the doctor and I was able to run again. I was able to leap again. But for some reason, if I'm climbing up a wall, I can't jump.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I look up, I hold the trigger, and I'm like, okay, the button says jump. I click the button and nothing happens. I'm like, what? How did I forget? It's like, I understand I lost all my money, my house was burned down.
All my cool gear.
Yeah, all my cool gear's gone. I kind of understand that. They caught me while I was in bed, you know? I mean, like...
Pants down and everything. It's horrible.
Yeah. You know, I understand that. I'm okay with that. But how did I forget how to jump?
Well, you know. You ever
Maybe
forget
they
how to
hit you in
jump?
the
I
head.
did.
It's not a soap opera. It's not like I have amnesia and all of a sudden I wake up and my twin is going to be married to my wife or something, you know?
I would play that game.
Title confirmed.
Wait a minute. About what you just said.
About what I just said?
Let's think about it. And we'll get back to that later.
All right. What?
When?
And then...
I hate you all.
So yeah, I've been playing a lot of Assassin's Creed, and I'm just absolutely loving it. And then I was playing Grand Prix Story from Kairosoft on my Android phone. You can check out the review on the AggroGamer site. It is well worth the $5 if you have Android and you like simulation games, RPGs, either one of those. Absolute pickup. Those guys, whatever they did to figure out how to make awesome, mobile games for iPhone and Android, they have that down to a science.
Oh, yeah.
Those guys are brilliant. And ladies, men and women.
Nice, man. That's
Well,
Go ahead.
you just say men, and that's a C. You say men and women, because women are working there as well. Then it's a C plus. That's all I'll bring.
Backtracking.
Retcon. No. Anyway, that's all I got for what you've been playing. David, speaking of playing games, and it's time for Community Spotlight. Talk to us about this week's Community Spotlight.
This week's Community Spotlight is Extra Life, which I believe is put on by, it's promoted by Microsoft and Xbox, but it's a 24-hour game-a-thon where people like myself and Corey, and maybe Brian if we can get him into it,
We'll get him into it.
we'll play video games for 24 hours. Essentially, everybody else who's not part of it donates $1 per hour that we play. Essentially, each person can, and you can donate more and all that stuff. And all of the money and proceeds and all that stuff go to local Children's Miracle Network hospitals in everybody's individual areas. So, like, my amount will go to a children's hospital I've selected here in Las Vegas, while Corey's will go to one in Texas, and Brian, and so forth.
Well, we'll go to the one that I work at.
Well, yeah, there you go.
There you go.
And it's essentially just us gamers going out, doing what we love, and raising money for sick kids. I mean, it's a great charity. Well, the links will be in links to the place to donate or even join up will be in the show notes.
And for if you spend, I think, $15 to register, you also get an epic T-shirt that is limited edition every year. So it's a different shirt, and it's pretty awesome.
Yes, last year's was really, really cool.
Very nice. Yep, definitely. So check out Extra Life. It's extra-life.org. And like David said, we'll put it in the show notes. He already has his page up. I'm looking at it right now. We'll make sure we get Corey's page in there as well.
Yeah, buddy. And donate. Don't be
Yeah.
cheap. Donate.
Donate. It's $24. That goes
Yeah.
to kids, sick kids.
That's right.
Think
Actually,
of a little-
today was Buy a Blizzard Day for Children Miracle Network.
That's
so
right.
went out and bought a Blizzard today. For the kids.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Because nothing says kids like, giant, large blizzard.
Becoming obese.
That's right. That's what American kids are all about.
Well, no, never mind.
Wait.
C+, C+, C+.
Yeah. I can't save me because I'm already too large.
Save those little kids.
But we can save kids.
Because they're our future.
Yeah.
Just leave me behind. Just go on without me.
Let them lead the way. Show the beauty that you could. Never mind.
Okay, now we're going down again.
Now we're back down to C.
Damn it.
Moving right along into Care Don't Care.
Yay!
That is, as Corey is the excited one.
No, that was a fan in the background. It wasn't me. Of course not.
That was just one.
That was our fan?
That was our fan.
We do. We have a fan.
That's, it's Corey. No, it's Corey. Well, actually, just for the record, Vanessa is now up to episode 73.
Woo, so close.
Do you tie her to a chair and make her listen to these things? Really?
No, she listens to them. Yeah, she's like, "Do you remember what you were talking about back in episode 73?" No.
But
I don't even remember what we talked about last episode.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Wow.
That's a good point. I mean, I could tell you. Wait, we talked about David's crotch.
Yeah, my crotch, Comic-Con.
Speaking of that, Facebook page is still up. Has anybody?
I have 4 fans of my crotch.
That's right. Hello.
That happened.
Although the strange thing about it is it's all guys. So.
Woohoo! That's the way it happens, man. That's how grassroots efforts really start. All right, I gotta stop this.
Yeah, now we're getting down to a D+.
Yeah, moving down to the D+ level. All right.
Sorry, we failed.
So,
Corey, you're since you have the one fan, you start us off. Care Don't Care. Facebook games as bonuses to a full-fledged title, like where they actually interact, where one can affect the other.
And this is in regards to so you're using Dragon Age Origins as a possible example. So whereas you play Dragon Age Legends, you also get the in-game items into Dragon Age, whatever, 2, 3.
Right, and when I get to the point of having my own Assassin's Guild in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, I can train them while I'm at work on Facebook through Project Legacy.
Exactly, which I think I care because I think that's an integration piece that we're going to see a lot more in gaming with Facebook, Google+, Twitter. It's going to happen. I mean, social networking gaming, they kind of go hand in hand, and that market is filled with gamers. I mean, in both aspects. So just tying those two together, genius. Obviously, you're going to get microtransactions and that whole thing going in there as well. But as long as you can take stuff from point A to point B, be able to get all your Facebook stuff and then achieve it at work, because you're so busy at work you're playing Facebook, but you can achieve it at work and then, or in the bathroom on your phone, and then come home and then recoup those rewards for time invested. I don't see the problem with that, but I do see that's where a lot of gaming is going nowadays.
All right. And David?
I'm going to have to go care and don't care on this. I do care because it is kind of cool to be rewarded for digging deeper into the overall game world and the game story, and doing stuff like that, or being able to keep interacting and finding out more, the continuing of the game. Because I'm a huge fan of the story, huge stories in games. So when you can go, well, we can't make a full-fledged game to explain this one little detail. We can make a Facebook game or a Flash game or whatever. And for those people who go along with it, by all means, give them a cool little bonus, because they're actually taking their time to do it. Where I don't care for them is there are way too many people, like you said, playing your game at work.
Yeah.
And when that affects, if I'm calling customer service, or for instance, if I call the IT department and I'm like, I need to get a new computer mouse for this computer down here, and they say sure, whatever, and it takes them 3 hours to walk downstairs to hand me a mouse because they were spending the other time playing a computer game, That's when it starts to bug me, and I don't care about having those cool little extras. Because all that's doing is rewarding unproductive people.
You can blame Farm Build for that.
Well, yeah. But still.
Well, here's I'm definitely a care on this one, but I have two sides of this coin. One being I really like the idea of social network integration, but sort of like echoing Corey, like that. You invest some time, like on your break or, on your phone or whatever, and you get rewarded for that. And again, and then kind of building off of David, where you get more story to it. And that's one of the things I really love about Assassin's Creed Project Legacy is there's just so much story behind it. And there's even a few other things that are kind of like, I haven't really totally figured them out yet. But they're really great. Like, all of a sudden it's like this story, like as I'm living this experience through the Facebook game, I'm like, something's not right. Like, something just it's not adding up. It's like, but you could tell that it's it's a Templar influence on the game. So it helps build the story. It gets me more excited about playing Assassin's Creed. So I'm really into that. Where I'm a little hesitant about the whole concept is where the rewards do more for you than just enhance your play experience. When it begins to hinder other people's play experiences,
right?
Like, oh well, I put 10 hours into the Facebook game, so I have the super bitchin' weapon, and you're pwned. That's something I don't want to see because, if you're playing some kind of multiplayer or something where there's competitiveness involved, like, I shouldn't have an advantage because my work gives, I have an opportunity to do something at work, like on my breaks or, when I have some time or during lunch, to go out to the internet. Not everyone has that opportunity, and I don't want people to be, given less of a chance or being held back because their job, their time, like maybe they're, instead of, wasting their time on that, they're trying to spend time with their family, or something, like I don't want someone else to be penalized because I have, a job that lends me to have some time in my hands to do those sort of things.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right, moving on. Number 2, David, you begin. And this is sort of building off of that. Don't care about the publishers or developers having their own, like, member systems, like where they actually keep track of things. So I'm thinking like EA's Origin or Ubisoft's Uplay
or Call of Duty Elite.
Yeah.
I do care because most of them are offering up extras just for playing the game. So not only are you getting the game for, whatever is $50, $60, whatever, but just for playing the game itself, like Assassin's Creed II and Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Just for playing the game, you can unlock a few extras that only help you in the game itself, right. Or like gives you cool backgrounds and stuff like that. Or like with Call of Duty Elite, where, granted, yeah, if you pay their premium membership, you get all the DLC for Modern Warfare 3. But the free aspect of it is they're going to be running their own tournaments where they're giving out prizes. So you don't have to wait for some other organization to come along. You're already part of that organization, and it's free. You don't have to do anything else but play the game and, check their website every now and then. Instead of trying to track down, where these other groups are doing all these other gaming sessions and all that. So, I think it's a cool thing that the publishers are trying to give back to their users. So I do care.
All right, Corey, to you.
I agree with David on this. I think it's ideal. I mean, like he says, we don't have to go out and look for somebody else and find out who's doing what and who's trying to hold what. You can just go. You're already part of that community. You're already part of that group. it's already. It's integrated. You're going to just. It's going to just naturally be like, oh well, there's this DLC because I have a premium membership, or I can get this or I can get that because I'm already part of just playing this game with these group of people. So I care, and I think again one of those things that we're just going to see naturally be part of gaming. That we may actually come to a point that we're like, wow, I got this game and I didn't get anything extra with it. What the hell, what kind of what are you trying to host here? What kind of party are you trying to throw? So, yeah, I care, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with it.
I only care because I'm getting a little sick of all the things I have to log into.
Yeah.
Again, we're back to, the Assassin's Creed thing just because it's so fresh in my mind. But, for me, I had to sign up for a Uplay account. I had to link my Uplay account to my Facebook account. Then I had to link my Uplay account to my Assassin's Creed Brotherhood thing. Well, I had to link that, it's like, I don't want to have to deal with all this. I just want to log into something, and if it gives me stuff that's awesome, but damn it, I don't want to have to spend all my time worrying about whether or not everything's linked and whether or not I've signed into everything. It's just a lot of work for sometimes it can be for very little reward.
Well, see, that's the good thing though about the publishers doing it is, like with the Call of Duty stuff, they're running that all off their servers. I'm sure that's what's going to happen with the Battlefield 3 stuff. Is you don't have to do anything but turn your system on, and it's going to track you based on however you've logged into their system the one time. And like the Facebook thing and all that stuff, that's just to spread the word that you're doing what you're doing. Like when I did my Uplay thing for Assassin's Creed 2, I signed in once and that's been it. And then every time I've logged in, or every time I've turned on Assassin's Creed, it's logged me right in.
Oh, because it keeps telling me I have to keep trying to relink or sync up or something.
You're doing it wrong.
I've never had that issue before.
Doing it wrong.
Well, then maybe it's just user error. That's entirely possible.
There's a short between the headsets.
Maybe I'm just getting an ID 10T error or something.
Could be.
Yeah, it could be.
All right, I'll have to look into that.
That's my vote.
Yeah, you're fired. So, but not before we do the next question, which starts with Corey. So Corey, care or don't care about people drunk dialing you?
Oh, I hate drunk dialing. You know why? Because when I do care, and it needs to stop. It's horrible. I think that there needs to be more apps like, how Google has that app that when you want to try and send an email, you can have the Google drunk app will launch and you have to answer simple questions to prove that you're not drunk so that you don't drunk email people. We should have that for phones. When you go to call, you're like, I'm going out drinking. Tell your phone you're going out drinking for the night. And when you start trying to drunk dial, it's like, what is the square root of pi? And you're just like, you're so drunk you can't make a phone call. And you're like, damn, I don't know how to turn off my phone. I'll do it in the morning. Because there's nothing worse than a phone call, especially if someone's in a different time zone. It's like 2 o'clock in the damn morning. And they're like, dude, it's so awesome. It's amazing.
That only happened once.
Yeah, okay, I'm just saying.
Wait, David. Wait, why didn't you not tell me to drunk dial Corey when we were at the Sony event?
I have no problem hanging up on you. Just say.
So I could have been yelling fuckers at Corey instead of out the window at random strangers.
See, you're a culprit. You're a culprit. You're the reason there needs to be that app. So yes, I care, and y'all people need to knock off.
That's why on the West Coast.
Because that's the other thing is that I have friends in the West Coast, so that's a 2-hour time difference. So I'm like, man, I am tired. Oh wait, that's right, my buddies are out drinking, and I know because every one of them have called me.
Nice. Best drunk dial ever is my buddy and I we went on this booze cruise type thing, and we got off, and he calls his girlfriend. And then I call her, right, and I'm standing right next to him, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, I'll hold. You got another call? Yeah, sure, I'll hold." And I'm like, "Hey, how's it going?" He's like,
amazing.
Call? What?
So I believe that's a drunk dial 3-way, is what that is.
Yeah, she was not happy.
Wow.
Not happy, but it was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious. All right, David, back to you. Go with. Oh,
you didn't even write him care or don't care. No, it's cool. We'll just listen to Brian's stories for the care or don't care. We won't even. Don't have to have an answer.
Hey, we're getting back to a C. We're getting back to a C. Come on.
That's right. It's a good story. All right, I'm sorry, David. Go ahead. Let me hear about drunk.
I actually do care because no matter what time, I find it absolutely hilarious. Because I will mess with you right back. Like if I see Corey calling me or whatever, like he's 2 hours ahead and shit.
Yeah.
If I get a call at like 8 o'clock because Corey's out drinking at 10, I'll straight up answer like, let me think of it.
Long chop suey, what you want?
City Morgue. What do you want? Raping a body.
Nice. I'm sorry, I'm about knee deep in this one, so you got to hold on.
I wouldn't say knee deep. I'd say balls deep. But
oh, there it is. And did you see our rating go to an F? I'm just saying.
Hey, sex sell.
It might have gone to an R, but it might not. It didn't go to an F.
Oh, okay. Well.
Hey. Hey.
What's the? Yeah. Well, never mind. Go ahead.
I do care because I find them absolutely hilarious. At least when I answer my phone, because I normally leave my phone off when I go to sleep. So.
Very nice.
Cool.
All right.
We already can assume Brian's thought on that.
I think, we know Brian's stance.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious. All right, David, it's to you. The presence of and the release of a demo for Madden for this year.
Let me collect my thoughts on this.
Rapid fire, man. Rapid fire.
I don't care at all. Honestly, I find sports games sports video games, for the most part, to be not that important. I'd rather go out and play the sport myself instead of sit here and fawn over pretending to be my favorite sports player playing a sport that I wish I could go out and play. Now, I'm not knocking people who enjoy that, but I really don't care. If I want to go out and play football, I'll go out and fucking play football. If I want to play soccer, I'll play soccer. Same thing.
No one wants to play soccer.
Well, exactly. Still. So that's
Screw
it.
you guys.
I don't care about a demo for Madden. I don't care about Madden coming out.
All right. And Corey?
Okay. I don't care, and not because I'm not a Madden fan. Because don't get me wrong, I used to play Madden back in the day. I loved me some Madden. My problem is
You grew up?
no, is that
You got married?
had kids. No, the problem is that Madden hasn't done anything groundbreaking in a very long time. The past couple versions of Madden, there have been small tweaks, there have been a couple extra features, but nothing to actually distinguish one game from another.
It's sad when the big announcement is whoever's going to be on the cover, right?
Yeah. That's not okay. That's not. I mean, it's like stifling progression. So I don't care because it's just going to be. I hate to say it, it's just going to be another Madden game. So why do I need a demo? I'm pretty sure I know what's going to happen. There's going to be some small feature involved that a lot of people are going to probably fawn over and really enjoy, but it's not going to be enough for me to really want to get the demo and try it out. So yeah, I don't care. I think Madden needs to do something to step up their game and make me care, but right now I just don't.
The last time Madden did something was when they were competing against NFL 2K5.
Oh yeah, wow.
Because that was a great freaking game.
We go way back then, huh?
Yeah, I am going way back then.
That just happened. You just took it back.
Going the Wayback Machine. Yeah, I don't really care either just because I stopped playing Madden a long time ago, but I do find it telling that, you know, for a game that basically has no competition other than NCAA, that they're putting out a demo means they are really, really stretching to get people excited again about buying Madden in August.
Yeah, shame, but
it's true.
It's true. I agree. I concur.
All right, Corey, we're back to you with a little building off of the last one. The pricing for EA season ticket. It's basically $25, and you get some discounts on premium stuff, and I don't really know what else you get.
Well,
you get the game like 3 days in advance or something.
Yeah, I kind of have a problem with that. And
Yeah.
that's I mean, yeah, okay, you're gonna pay $25 and you're gonna get a discount. But in the end, they're pretty much just they're taking that $25 and then discounting everything. It's not a big enough discount to make me want to buy it and have this premium pass. You know? It's gonna even out eventually. So, who cares? It's not really a discount. It's just placing money somewhere and saying, oh, you're part of this special elite group now. Oh, but we're still taking your money no matter what. And I think I don't care. And good luck, EA, honestly. I hope it works, but you will not get my $25. I'll just buy the games outright from here on out.
All right. Over to David.
Honestly, I don't care. I'm not going to pay for it. There's going to be people out there who do. More power to them. But honestly, I don't. Yeah, you get some cool discounts. I highly doubt that paying that money is going to counterbalance right away. Maybe in the extreme long run, but I honestly don't. I'm not going to pay for it, so
Yeah,
I
just
honestly
see
don't
it.
care. If
I don't see
somebody out there wants to spend their money on it, more power to them. But don't care at all for me.
Brian.
Yeah, I'm only going to say care just because.
We said don't care.
Yeah, that's why you're going to play opposite. That's cool.
Well,
Play
you know,
opposites. That's cool.
hey, sometimes you got to do these things. No, I really feel like the reason that I care is. It's just a big waste of $25, and the fact that people are going to pay this sort of bothers me. They're better off save $1 and give the other 24 to Extra Life and sponsor David or Corey. You'd be better off. It would be a much, it would seriously be a lot better if.
And not only is it charitable, that's was it tax deductible?
That's right, all tax deductible. It just seems to me like it's just EA nickel and diming people for, stuff that they're already doing a job on nickeling and diming people. Now, if they had a thing where they were like, okay, if you give us, $50 a year, you will get, like we have a platform. And you get, let's say, Madden and, like, if you buy the football package, you get Madden and NCAA, that year. Or, like if they had a, some kind of platform for actually delivering the game. And, they don't get the $60 out of every person, but that people are going to keep that subscription active because they may want to play. That year.
When you say platform, are you comparing this to like Xbox Live and PlayStation Network?
No, I'm talking more like Rock Band.
Oh, okay. All right.
You buy the game to start with, and then you either purchase the DLC or, you have this running subscription to continue to get updates, patches to the game, more tweaks, or, you pay like, or like an MMO where, okay, so there's going to be an expansion where they're going to have some tweaks to, like, the gameplay or something like that, then, you pay, like, an extra $20 for it, sort of like a WoW expansion type thing. But otherwise, you get content for free because you have a subscription. To me, this just seems like it's just above and beyond unnecessary expense that it seems slightly unclear as to what exactly people are getting.
Right.
So, all right, we are continuing to move along. Corey, you begin on this one. The riots in England being blamed on Grand Theft Auto.
I was expecting you to say social networking, but okay, I'll take Grand Theft Auto. Come on, really? That's what you're gonna blame it on? You're gonna take video games into it? I think this. I don't care. I think this is ridiculous. I think that there's no reason that we should be blaming video games for, serious problems. Don't point a finger. Just don't point a finger. That's all I'm saying. And Grand Theft Auto, of all the games that you pick, that's the one that, because I was creative and took somebody's car and then beat a police officer in the middle of the riot, because I played Grand Theft Auto 2.5 years ago. That's ridiculous. And how can they prove that these people are actually playing Grand Theft Auto, honestly? It's just a generalization that they played as bad games, so they must be bad people type mentality, which I think is ridiculous. And I think we're missing the bigger picture about what's going on over there because we want to blame either Grand Theft Auto, social networking, or something else. And it's rejected. It's complete. I don't care. I think that's just people trying to rehash the video game rating argument and, just say, oh, well, look, that's going to be like, we're going to start blaming, hey, the reason we're having wars, Call of Duty. Totally. Yeah. and it's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. We're just looking for a scapegoat, and they're trying to use video games.
Anything to add, David?
Well, I guess I'll throw that over to me then.
Yes.
Because this one I actually do care about. First reason is, why Grand Theft Auto when you could have chosen Prototype, Infamous, or Crackdown 2? Because those games are all about a city rioting, not just people going out and doing, raping a prostitute and beating her for her money later. Those games are about rioting. Blame those games if you're going to blame a game. But just like Corey said, it's just people scapegoating video games again because it's just an easy hot topic to use. And like you said, the whole wars over in Afghanistan, Iraq, and all that stuff. Are we going to blame Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, and all that? Because they're huge promoters of fighting wars over there. Mm-hmm. Why not blame those games for every world conflict we've ever had? Actually, right now, I'm blaming every World War II video game for World War II.
There you go.
The Nazis traveled in time, played Call of Duty, went back and said, "That's a brilliant idea. Let's kill the Jews."
That's genius.
Oh, God, I wish I had thought of this previously.
But you did.
Man.
You probably did, Brian, honestly. And then with the...
And then David stole it.
Yeah.
I did steal your thunder.
Thunder! Stealer! Nothing, but just keep going. Just let it happen.
Yeah, we're just going to keep... And we're moving along. I would agree with you guys. I only care in the fact that, these... Honestly, it's almost where they're throwing, putting at a wall and hoping some of it sticks on there. Instead of looking at what, the real problems are underneath, all these things that have happened over there. And I think the fact that anyone used Grand Theft Auto, considering it hasn't been in the spotlight, for at least 3 years, I'm thinking at this point, right?
Oh, yeah.
Actually, it's more than that.
Fine, at least 3 years. At this point, you might as well say, well, let's blame the game's state of emergency.
Yeah.
Did you ever play that?
Yes, I did.
Yes, that was $10 I'll never get back. That game was really, really, really horrible. In fact, if we ever have like a podcast where we all get together and play some terrible games, I will pull that game out because that game is fucking terrible. Also made by Rockstar.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Shame.
Oh yeah.
So let's just blame Rockstar for all of our issues then.
Well, there you go.
We can do it.
Hey, Rockstar has a studio in England, so
all of those
remember
that happen in LA, every unsolved crime I'm blaming.
Yes. The LA riots?
Yeah.
Rockstar.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Rodney King actually worked for Rockstar at some point. I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
How is that not a Kotaku article? I'm just saying.
Yeah, exactly. How wasn't that a Kotaku article? Anyway. All right, Dave, we're back to you. Or no, wait. Or are we back to... Wait, where are we?
Wait a second.
It's back to me. It's back to me because Corey started that. and now it's my turn to do this one.
I'm very confused. It's fine.
Who is running this party? I'm just saying.
I don't know.
We all are.
You know what, Corey? Go back to your game.
I have zombies attacking me right now, so I'm trying to concentrate.
Right.
Okay.
So, David, going to you. Care or don't care about stepping out of your comfort zone to play a game?
I do care about it. I mean, there's so many games that later on I found, had I stepped out of my comfort zone in gaming, I probably would have enjoyed them way back when they first were, huge and relevant. And I find there's a lot of people who don't. Like, all the huge people who are only first-person shooters, Call of Duty or Halo freaks, or even Gears of War freaks, who will refuse that any other genre or franchise is worth playing because that's their game. That's what they're comfortable with. That's what they know. That's what they know they can destroy any and all people. And sometimes just to enjoy the entire hobby and lifestyle of gaming, you need to take a step out of your comfort zone and try something. Like I for instance refused to play Guitar Hero or Rock Band way back when it first started out as Guitar Freaks in an arcade, and now I'm probably one of the biggest Rock Band Guitar Hero freaks out there.
Nice.
That's all I have to say about that.
That was awesome.
All right. And Corey, would you like to stop Terraria for a moment to tell us about whether or not you care about stepping out of your comfort zone?
I was going to say, I forgot the question. That's cool. Okay. Well, this is a personal preference of mine. For the longest time, I've been playing PC games for a very long time, and I've always been an avid PC gamer. And finally, my wife bought me a PlayStation 3, and I hadn't played consoles in years. Literally, I had a PlayStation 2 sitting gathering dust because I just stopped playing console games. And there's a lot of action games, adventure games, Uncharted, Assassin's Creed, that I always thought about playing, but I never thought that I had to have the real time investment or I didn't want to spend the time playing a Tomb Raider knockoff or something. I was like, whatever, I'll go play my WoW and call it a day. And then, I bought a couple games, Uncharted being one of the first ones, and I really enjoyed it. And it's really opened up my selection of games that I can play on PlayStation 3. Which I love because now I'm just trying absolutely anything, and it's nice to be able to walk into GameStop and you see a game that's like $20 or $15, and you heard something good about it. You should try it out. You know what? Just make the investment. You may find something that you like, and if not, you're not spending $60 at retail. You could actually enjoy the game, and there's such a vast library behind us. There's so many games that people probably have missed, some real gems, and we'll talk about a lot of that during QuakeCon as well when we discuss that tonight. But I do care, and I think that a lot of people should step out of their comfort zone and really enjoy everything that gaming has to offer.
All right, very nice. I'm with you guys. Definitely care just to give people more opportunities to try new things. And that is one of the things I do like about there being more demos being put out on the consoles, is it is giving some people more opportunity to try things they would not have normally tried. It's also another thing I really like about the PlayStation Plus and people that have it is some of those minis that I never would have had a chance to know anything about, wouldn't have never looked at them. Getting them for free with my PlayStation Plus account has really given me an opportunity to try out, a bunch of different games that I normally would never have touched. And I think, Corey, you kind of hit it on the head, is you get this feeling of like, oh, I'm pleasantly surprised. I really like this.
Yeah.
And to me, that's just as good a feeling as that satisfaction of doing well at a game that you already know you're gonna like.
Yep.
And the only reason why I bring it up is I've heard it on a few different podcasts talking about the game Catherine, and I just got it through GameFly, so I haven't put it actually in the tray yet. But I'm definitely looking forward to it, just because I like the demo, and I want to give it a shot.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. And Catherine's an exact example. A lot of people have this, stigma tied to it, that they think that of what type of game it's going to be, and a lot of people have been pleasantly surprised by playing it. And I think that,
it's a dating sim, isn't it? Is it supposed to teach you how to date and pick up chicks?
See, that's the mentality that he has. It's not necessarily that. So,
yes,
whatever.
That was a joke. You don't have to try to pedal through that, Corey. That's a joke.
Okay, did you see? I was pedaling, dude. I'm not even playing. Like, I was on a tricycle.
Hey,
he was like a swan.
You can get off your trike.
He was on a swan. Feet underneath the water. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Just like that.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Another cookie for the person who puts up a drawing of Corey with his feet underwater going really fast.
That would be amazing.
Last one for Care Don't Care. Corey, you're up. And I kind of touched on this earlier, but being stripped of all your skills when you're in a sequel, and then you get there, and then all of a sudden, poof, you forgot stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you're obviously going to have to explain it in some way, shape, or form why you recently forgot, or what the hell's wrong with you, or like you said, soap opera amnesia patient. I don't mind, because really, at the end of any game, you are this ultimate badass character who has all the powers that you wanted, you've collected everything, you're just a skilled, awesome dude, or chick, depending on the game.
Nice. C+.
So you can't go into a game like that. You can't start a game as an epic character because you will have nothing to work up to. You've reached your peak. There's no reason to play a sequel if you're at your peak because what? You want to just play a game where you don't gain any other abilities? And then if you do want to gain more abilities, you end up with this whole library of tools at your disposal that then you have to start picking. What do you want to do? Do you use this more often? Why did you sink points into that? Blah, 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 blah. You can jump up this far. Do you want to jump farther? I wish I had this in the previous game. It starts a whole mess, and there's not really a clean solution, and it's a lot easier to just say, you know what, you forgot how to jump. So, yeah, I don't care. I don't mind, starting a new game and going, oh, you know what, I forgot. Hate when that happens. Happened last time too. Happened in the sequel. Happened in the third one. I just keep forgetting, but it's cool.
One of this character's flaws is total amnesia and physical amnesia.
Exactly.
You just didn't know it until the sequel came out.
Right.
Right. Because really, at the beginning of the first one, you had forgotten again.
What?
You just didn't know it. You had forgotten
Yeah.
that you'd forgotten.
You ever forget?
Exactly.
I forgot once.
But now that it's a sequel, you've remembered that you've forgotten that you forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Right.
like a dream inside of a dream wrapped in cheese and bacon.
But as long as it's wrapped in bacon, that's the important part.
Everything's fine wrapped in bacon.
That's right.
So
Everything
it's
gets
the
better.
Matrix?
Yeah.
Or it's Mario 2.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, David, it is over to you. Care, don't care. Losing your skills.
I do care, just for the fact that it is outright retarded baby if, like you were saying, you forgot how to jump, and that's why you can't use that ability just because they're trying to make you progress through the game again. When I started playing God of War 2, because the God of War, you kill Ares and you're the God of War.
Right.
How do you get downgraded when you're going to God of War 2? But they actually came out with a full cool story, so like you actually play like the first 20 to 30 minutes even more powerful than you did at the end of God of War 1, and then they strip you of everything. And granted, in this case, you're trying to get everything back because it was all your magical abilities, but they don't strip you really of all of your moves. Like, you get a majority of the moves back, you're just missing some because they required you some of those godly powers that have been stripped from you.
Right.
And the same thing happens in God of War 3. So I mean, in that case, it's really good. I care a lot because it makes you want to finish that game and get back to where you were at because something cataclysmic took it all away. But it's only good if they explain exactly why. Like Assassin's Creed, if they'd have given you the ability to do the long jump still at the end in Brotherhood and all that stuff.
Yeah, I would have been fine with that.
Yeah, because they catch you with your pants down, literally, at when you wake up in the middle of the night because they're attacking you, so you don't have time to put on your armor. You don't have time
Right.
to grab all your gear. Like, you barely have enough time to grab, like, a sword and a couple of knives before you
Right.
gotta jump out the window and go. So you don't even have your blades anymore. And it's like, I understand, like, that makes sense because, everything got burned up, you had to leave it behind, you gotta get it all built again.
Right.
But losing physical abilities like that, yeah, it doesn't make sense. Unless, they did something like when you got healed, that physically you couldn't strain yourself that much anymore.
Yeah.
Because,
And that's what they had at the beginning. You couldn't do any type of, running or anything, because you were wounded. Okay, sure, fine.
Well,
But I saw a doctor.
Well, that's the thing, though. You just seen the doctor, and then now you can start free running again, but you can't jump. And then later on, as you build yourself back up, you slowly get that progression back, like you're
Right.
going through physical therapy. That would have made sense as well. I mean, yeah.
The Renaissance for physical
exactly.
therapy.
Well, no, I mean, if they're hurt or whatever, and you're strained muscle, even if you don't go to a physical therapist, just by
Right.
using the muscle over and over, you're going to regain the strength and the ability to do what you did before. But I will agree that, if you can run around and jump just because you drank some potion made of pomegranate and lead,
I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. He's just yelling that the doctor's yelling. Yeah, it's good. It's really good for you, pomegranate and lead. You're like, what?
and that apparently makes it so you could start running around off buildings and doing some crazy parkour stuff.
Right.
Why can't you, jump a little extra higher to grab a higher up ledge?
Right.
And for our younger listeners, do not drink pomegranate and lead.
Yeah. Yes. Words
Thanks,
of the
Corey.
wise. Lead is not good to imbibe.
You think I'm kidding?
All right.
If we can blame the riots with Grand Theft Auto, I can already see. Well, AggroGamer told me to drink pomegranate and lead.
Yeah.
See,
Let's put it
now
this way,
Corey, we're gonna have to hold you back some because now we're up to a B-.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey.
Yeah. We gotta run it back down.
Yeah, I mean PSAs. That's way too good. That's too good for us. You're bringing the average too high.
You stay classy, AggroGamer.
Yeah, that's
We're
right.
to stay just above mediocre.
That's right. That's the goal. Right. Yeah. And David, I think I could pretty much just echo everything you said. Just sometimes, there are just things I cannot forget. Like, I mean, if you had said I got too fat, and I couldn't do the jumping thing, like that would be one thing, or something like that. But at God of War, I can totally understand. I mean, they're gods. So if, the gods decide they're going to strip you, then there's really not a whole lot you can do because they're gods.
Well, it's just, if there's something like that makes sense.
Right. And I think that's part of it, is you have to make it a part of the story. Otherwise, I mean, you have that total disconnect. And I have that sometimes in Assassin's Creed because I'm like, like running and, by the end of Assassin's Creed 2, you're like, anytime you see like a vista in the distance and you're like, oh, that's a viewpoint, I'm running to it. And then all of a sudden now in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, I'm like, oh, fuck these white walls. Because those damn invisible, those, the white,
Well, at least they're not just invisible walls, though. They give you a reason on why they're there.
Yeah, but because they're not a part of that memory, blah, blah, blah. But
Yeah.
it's just like, why? Why is this wall here? All I want to do is run to that tower that's like 10 feet inside the wall, but I can't.
Because you can't remember how to climb it.
Yeah, because I can't.
You do have amnesia.
Oh, sadness. And by the way, the Colosseum is freaking huge.
Yes.
As a pain in the ass finding that glyph. Sorry, I just did that before the show started. I was like, where the hell is this? And I walked around like 30 minutes last night trying to find the damn thing, and I found it today.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm persistent, if nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. You've been playing one game since we started, like an hour plus ago.
Yeah, he's got a point there, Corey.
Yeah. 67 minutes ago.
You know what? I have a house. There is slime involved.
Yeah. You repelled the zombie, so...
Think about what you just said.
So,
I have a house and there's slime involved.
Exactly. You don't want to come in here. This is my house. This is some
I
serious
do not
shit,
want to
man.
go into your house now.
Shit just got real in this room. I'm just saying. Shut up,
It was
Persona.
fun.
Come on.
Hey, whatever. Let's talk after Skyrim comes out.
We will
Yeah.
talk. 100 hours of my life is gone.
I don't think we will talk. I think you'll just be sucked into Skyrim.
Yeah, there may not be podcasts for a while, but
Actually, you know what? And now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I will do Extra Life because I have been meaning to do Oblivion before Skyrim comes out.
Hey,
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Maybe 24 hours of Oblivion.
I would love to see that.
Challenge accepted. I will do that with you.
All right. I think we have it. That's support us as we do 24 hours of Oblivion.
I'd like to point out that Brian hasn't signed up yet.
Well, I just
He has time. He's got plenty of time. I think it was mid-September.
I'm just calling him
That's
out.
only
That's
like
all.
weeks
I
away.
have till tomorrow. It's fine.
Yeah, you're good.
Hey, I just so you know, I'm a Nintendo ambassador.
I know. We already talked about the tramp stamp last episode. That's a callback.
The tramp.
Well played. Well played, sir. Since you are on the spot right now, Corey,
Oh, yeah.
talk to us about QuakeCon 2011.
Okay, so this was my first QuakeCon ever, and you do what you can. You hop on the forums and you read as much as you can to prepare. I was completely blown away. This event was probably one of my favorite game conventions, and I won't even call it a convention. I will call it is an event, is what it is, and it was so much fun. And I met so many great people, and I saw so many great things. And, I mean, the exhibit hall is not that big. The BYOC, for those that don't know, it's a bring-your-own-computer type deal. So people bring some of these massive setups. And it's just interesting to walk around the hall and see what these people have, and have this gigantic LAN party where you're playing Team Fortress 2, Quake Live. Is there what?
Was there one of the keg computers?
No, there wasn't, but there was this, and there's one I'm going to talk about because I posted it online. This guy had found a non-conductive liquid and filled his PC with this liquid and had no cooling system on it. And so it had the processor and the video card were just running with no fan, so they were constantly bubbling on this liquid, and it had a radiator on top of it. I posted some video on YouTube, but
Was it like the BioShock computer somebody did? Have you seen that one? It was
No, I
the
probably
same
haven't seen
idea, except for somebody used a fish tank and put Big Daddy inside of there to protect the motherboard and all that stuff. It's actually really, really cool.
Nice.
And
There
it
was
was the same thing.
You have to send me that link. I want to see that. I love hardware. Bring it on. It was also cool because we got to see, a look inside of Bethesda and ID Games. And ID is just, they're hands down one of the oldest companies out there that have just done some of the greatest games that live on today. And the Skyrim panel was amazing. And it was so amazing that a woman went into labor while we were there.
Nice.
And actually, it was interesting, the story is that I think her name was Stevie, and her husband Chaz, basically last year when they went to QuakeCon, they got engaged on stage at QuakeCon, and obviously they hadn't gotten married because, they got pregnant. So they didn't have time to do it in between.
They had time to do it, obviously.
So obviously. Yeah. So here they are in the Skyrim panel. She's ready to pop. The Frost Dragon comes down, and she goes into labor. And the story is basically this woman is sitting there watching this preview because they were looking forward to it so much. And they're in labor. She did not leave until the preview was over. She waited. And then her and her husband went straight to the hospital and had a kid. And they named it Atari Lynn. Would you believe that?
Wow.
Atari Lynn?
Yeah. Which I don't know why you named it Atari if you're a Bethesda fan, but that's cool. You still got gamer cred. So they named Atari Lynn, which I thought a daughter. Wonderful story there.
Still doesn't beat mine and Brian's story of our,
You gave birth at a convention? That would be epic.
No, our Skyrim experience with Felicia Day.
Oh, sitting like 2 seats down from her? Yeah.
Exactly.
Epic.
Way better than woman giving labor.
We saw... So the BYOC was awesome. That was an awesome story. The Skyrim panel, we saw Prey 2. They gave a hands-on demo. I cannot wait for that game. I've been excited for games, but this is one of those games that I was like, I need this game now. And again, we go back to what you were saying, games that make you step out of your comfort zone. I never played Prey 1, so I am all over picking Prey 1 up so that I can play Prey 2. It's the closest thing to Blade Runner we're ever going to get. And it is fantastic. They were showing off things like you can be good, you can be bad, you can make those choices in this very techno punk world, and you have like you're standing there at like an edge. Everything's built vertically because you're going up for everything. So you're jumping up, you're climbing, you're doing a lot of parkour to go up in this world. But you can also push people like off edges. And when I say push people, not enemies, like innocent bystanders. Everything you do has a consequence. The actual they say it's an agile combat system, so you're actually doing parkour moves while shooting at your enemies and trying to figure out new ways to beat bosses. It looked amazing. It played amazing, and it was probably one of the best in show things to see along with Skyrim. And then obviously the big talk was Rage. Rage was the big talk. Everybody's like, greatest game on earth, Rage, can't wait. And Rage is a beautiful game. I got some hands-on time with it. Beautiful, beautiful world. John Carmack actually did a whole speech. Literally, everybody's seen the video. I was sitting there at the panel for 2.5 hours just listening to him talk about Rage. But the interesting thing that he was talking about that I found the most appealing, because it was a lot of technical mumbo jumbo that I was just like pixels, splines, and all this other stuff. And I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about, dude, but that's amazing.
You just made up all those words.
No, splines is in Sims, but that's another. Later.
It's sad, but I know all of those words.
So, if y'all don't know Pixel, you're fired. But he was
What's
saying,
a pixel?
He was saying that he's hoping that with consoles versus PC gaming, that PC gaming you have a hard copy on your hard drive that you can pull resources from faster than you can on an optical drive. Yes, Blu-ray is pretty quick, but it's still not to the point that PCs are at. So he was comparing the Rage is in 60 frames per second, and it is gorgeous in 60 frames per second. Xbox and PlayStation 3 have trouble keeping up with that due to hardware requirements and running everything off an optical disc. Yeah, it takes maybe 150 milliseconds to load something, so something may appear blurry and then catch up a little bit, and it's pulling resources slowly. But on a PC, you're not as limited because you have a local copy on your hard drive. So that was a very interesting discussion that he had in his views versus console versus PC, which I loved. It was a wonderful, wonderful conversation. And then
milliseconds.
I mean, yeah, I don't have time. I don't have 150 milliseconds. I got to get on there now. I need my pixels now.
What's up with that?
So Rage is obviously the one that everybody was getting into. Lots of Team Fortress 2 playing, a lot of competitions, a lot of free swag. Not as many booth babes as I would have expected. Probably 4 out of the whole convention.
I wouldn't expect booth babes at a convention like QuakeCon.
And it was a very small. I mean, just to have it's very, very intimate. It's just a few vendors just showing off their games, just letting people get hands on, and then we will discuss right now the greatest game there that I cannot wait for, and that is Tribes Ascend.
Harvey's Revenge 3.
Terraria 2.
No. Tribes Ascend. 10 years ago, I got into first-person shooters because I played Tribes, and I love Tribes and still consider Tribes 1, 2, and 3 for that matter, some of the greatest first-person shooter games I have ever played in my life. It's unique. The skiing system, the characters, it was just, I mean, you can see instances of Tribes in all first-person shooters nowadays. And something has been pulled from there. It's like the granddaddy of all. And I got to see and play this game in alpha, and it was a surreal experience. It was Tribes in all of its glory, but it was beautiful. It was brought up to date. It's graphically appealing. Everything that I love about the first, second, and third game are there. There's a couple things that I had a little beef with. The gameplay, the skiing mechanic was a little bit off because you could never actually get enough speed to ski. So basically, you go down a hill holding down the space bar, and then you hit your jetpack when you hit the next hill, so you jump up, and you basically continue building more and more speed to become a light armor class to capture the flag. So you ski, you build all this speed, you go fly and pick up the flag and keep going and pray to God that a turret doesn't shoot you in the back or another player's sniping you, which is a wonderful mechanic, but being an alpha build, it's not refined. It works. Don't get me wrong, it was still a lot of fun to have, but it just became it looked like a little bit of a hindrance, and I'm hoping that they kind of clean it up just a little bit, because that will make this game amazing.
Well, like you said, though, it's pre-alpha.
Well, it's alpha. It's alpha. So it's one of those things I can't be hard on it, because from what I saw in alpha, I have seen beta games in worse shape, honestly. And this was it was something to behold. I'm really glad I got my hands on it, because I just thought it was fantastic. There's so much good in this game that I can't tell you. And to actually I probably sat there all Saturday. Matches were lasting 25 minutes, anywhere between 15 and 25 minutes. I probably played it about 6-7 times in a row.
Wow.
Just to be a part of it, just to play it. It was interesting because one of the things that the commentator kept saying, he was walking around saying, "Come on over, come play, come be part of the Tribes community," and he was explaining that this game is not based on, it's not a death match. You're not running in there to kill everybody. It's based off team play. You're actually trying to have defenders, have flag carriers. If you kill everybody on the map, you go nowhere. At the end of 25 minutes, the game's over and nobody wins. So you actually have to strategize when you're playing. One of the funny things is there were some kids that came over and were like, "Oh man, what is that? It looks like the most awesome Halo game ever." And so the commentator was basically walking around. He goes, "If you walk up," and on the microphone so everybody can hear, he said, "If you walk over to this game and you say, 'Wow, that looks like an amazing Halo game,' keep walking, because that is not this game." And it was just amazing to see this younger generation who have no idea what Tribes is and no idea what this style of gameplay in an FPS is, to see this game for the first time. And it was spectacular. It's free to play, so everybody's going to be able to download it and just get into it and have 16, 8 versus 8, playing the crap out of each other and just really enjoying the game, which I thought was brilliant. They had a bunch of developers actually playing with the players, and they obviously wiped the floor with us, but it was really a lot of fun because they were split up, so they were actually in a competition against each other while we were all in a competition against everybody else. It was a lot of fun. I was so excited. I signed up like 7 times to be in the beta. It's been 10 years. It's been more or less 10 years, and I can't wait for it. It was beautiful to behold, and I recommend anybody that has never or doesn't know what Tribes is, you should look it up. Don't go to tribalwar.com. That's where there's a lot of flaming about it, because, it's the whole, it doesn't match exactly what the old game was, so it's obviously a bad game. But I highly recommend everybody checking it out. And if you can get into the beta, get on in there, and when it comes out, it's free to play. Step out of your comfort zone. Give it a shot, because it is amazing. What
and
else?
Not a Halo clone.
And not a Halo clone. In fact, Halo pulled a lot of their stuff from Tribes that you'll see playing the game, and you'll be like, "Oh, wait, I know what that is." And like I said, it's beautiful. It's graphically ideal. And I think that's about it. And then Skyrim, obviously, Skyrim was just, there was no hands-on with Skyrim, which was a little depressing. But they did have a lot of media for it, a lot of running the demo and letting people see it, but no actual hands-on.
No, wait.
And
Here, I have a very important question, Corey.
Sure.
Did they show you about flower picking?
No, we did not do flower picking. It was funny though, because they couldn't. Because with the crowd of QuakeConners, you can't do stuff like that. That doesn't fly in something classy like E3.
I have totally done that.
Oh, what happened here was, and I wrote about this in my article, is that literally while they're walking through Skyrim, everything he walked up to, whether it's a cute fuzzy animal, a tree log just sitting there, a blade of grass, every time he walked up to something to say, "Look at this," everybody in the crowd yelled, "Kill it." Whatever it was, NPCs, PCs, whatever it was, just kill it. Kill it, kill it, kill it. It was hilarious. But man, it was so awesome. And of course it's all on big screen.
Right.
And then on Saturday night we have the big party. We have the QuakeCon finals, and we get the last couple teams that go in there and they vie for, I think, $38,000 in prizes. And then they just, and when you watch Quake Live played by professionals, it's a humbling experience, because no matter how good you think you are, you're probably not at this level. Because if you were at this level, you would be doing this professionally, honestly. And they move so fast, they're so fine-tuned, the games are so quick. It was just another one of those, this is professional gaming, Major League Gaming coming at you, and it's on its way. It was something very cool to see happen live. I think that's about it. John Carmack's speech, Rage, Skyrim, Prey 2, and then the BYOC, which was just a lot of fun to be in a group of, and balls. Lots and lots of balls. Yeah, I said that. That happened.
Blue balls or white balls?
Blue and red, actually.
Blue and red.
Cherry and original. So.
I've never had red balls.
It happens, dude. I mean, you can get them. They were cheap, too, like $2 a pop. It was great. One last thing before I get off my QuakeCon tangent. During the final party on Saturday, I have never seen this happen. We're in a first we're in the Hilton Anatole Hotel in Dallas, which is a beautiful hotel, gorgeous, gigantic, open area. It's like having a mini mall. There's fancy restaurants. Well, we're in the party on Saturday night watching the Quake Live finals. Everybody's sitting down, and while all of this is going on, they're handing out free beer. They're handing out free balls energy drink for everybody else to continue drinking. And there are waiters and waitresses walking around with hors d'oeuvres offering gamers chicken fried steak strips dipped in creamy something sauce or cordon bleu balls or something like that. So literally you're munching, you're eating, you're drinking, and you're watching video games live. And it was classy. It was probably classier than anything I've ever seen at E3. Maybe not, I didn't get to go this year, but from my past experience, it topped everything. And it was such a sense of community. Everybody was welcome. Nobody was harassed. There was no real issues. It was just an awesome LAN party. And I highly recommend, it's completely free to go. All you gotta do is get to Dallas. And people of all ages. I saw kids playing it that were as young as 8, 7 years old, fragging grandma down the road, down the other aisle, who was there with her guild or group, and they were like 60. So nice. It was very cool to see the diverse amount of people, as well as, and like I said, everybody's systems. Papa John's and Domino's and Pizza Hut made so much money that weekend, it's not even funny. Dude, they were coming in droves, coming to the Hilton. Like, they were just coming car after car, just dropping pizza off. But it was great. I will go back every year for that reason, because I'm now so enthralled with that community. I can't wait to go back. It was a lot of fun.
Okay, just to kind of circle it all back, what you're saying is you had some fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Just a little bit, though.
Good time. Just a wee bit.
All right. I just want to make sure. Well, that's awesome, though. I'm glad you had a good time.
I did. And I like I said, I highly recommend everybody check it out. It's just...
No one wants to go to Texas.
Yeah, everybody wants to go to Texas. I'm sorry.
I only go there to test out the song again.
No, are you kidding? I'm going to buy you guys bumper stickers when you guys get here that's going to say, I'm not from Texas, but I got here as fast as I could. Oh, yeah, that just happened. But like I said...
I think I just threw up a little bit.
Is that what that was? It sounded like you were gagging on David's Facebook page.
Nice.
But like I said, Tribes was probably the highlight of the whole trip, and I'm very excited for it. So, and they had booth babes. They had like 4 booth babes, and they were all really nice and very knowledgeable about the game too. And they're actually, some of them are going to BlizzCon, so.
So you're gonna hook up with them there?
Probably not.
Okay. Just checking. So that brings us to our main topic, which is in regards to the real-life auction house, the announcement of an auction house inside Diablo 3, which will involve real-life money. It'll be based on, the kind of currency you have. So, like the U.S. will be for American dollars, Canada will be for Canadian dollars, et cetera, et cetera.
Monopoly money.
Right. So, euros, pounds, etc. So you actually will be able to, if you find items, be able to put them in this auction house. Of course, Blizzard gets a cut. And then people can spend real money where you can actually basically make a living through the auction house in Diablo 3.
Yep.
Yeah, it's essentially Blizzard got tired of all those gold farmers making money. They're just like, you know what? Let's make money with this, and let them make their money and let us make our money too.
Yeah.
More than just the monthly subscription.
My thing is, it's going to happen anyways. It's going to happen. We saw it in Diablo 2. People went out there and bought epic items all the time from third-party vendors with some gold farmer or armor farmer, and ended up getting their identity stolen. And people complained about it. Oh, well, I did this, and now I got my identity stolen because I tried to buy an illegal piece of gear for Diablo 2. Here, Blizzard's like, hey, you know what? Why don't you just do it through us, and we'll secure it and make sure everything's cool. Yeah, we're going to take 10%, but like I told you at the beginning of this podcast, Brian, if I can sit in front of my computer and play Diablo 3 and just play, and I happen to walk across a piece of epic armor that I can sell for $100, I say $100. It's probably going to be cheaper than that, but theoretically, $100 on the real-life auction house, and some schmuck is going to buy it for $100. Blizzard and whatever third party takes their 10%, and I just made $80 for doing nothing but playing a game. I am all for it. Capitalism for the win. Give it to me.
Your math is off too.
Yeah, your math is terrible.
No, because it's third party gets 10%, Blizzard gets 10%. That's 20% off.
I see.
Yeah, your guys' math sucks. That's all I'm saying.
No, see, you didn't mention third party.
I said third party. We will listen to this again. This is recorded.
We will replay this.
This will happen.
Yeah, this just so you know, this call is being recorded for quality assurance.
Just stop the podcast. Let's check it back, and then we'll go and we'll continue.
Corey's wrong is what I just
Hey,
heard.
Mr. Caffeine, you stop.
But I firmly believe, and everybody's worried. I mean, we're getting a lot of feedback about it's going to break the game. It didn't break Diablo 2, so I don't know why it would break Diablo 3. Just because Blizzard's getting a cut? That makes no sense to me.
The reason I could see it breaking Diablo 3, though, is in Diablo 2, you still had people who are wary on doing it because they didn't want their identity stolen. Or you had the people who did get their identity stolen and they would never do it again. And now all Blizzard's doing is like, now you don't have to worry about it. So now everybody in the game is going to be doing it, which could end up being game-breaking.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, they also say that it's limited. It's not every single item in the game is going to be auctionable. So, I'm sure they're not going to be like, oh, by the way, you can auction PvP gear off. There's no way they'll do something like that because then everybody will just buy expensive PvP gear and then everybody will just fight till they die. I mean, it's not going to break anything. Blizzard is known for making games based off of skill, not necessarily off of what you bought. If that was the case, I could go to a gold farmer tomorrow, buy 10,000 gold, buy all the great armor, and yay, I can raid. You know? It's not the same thing. I think Blizzard is doing something smart, giving players the option of something that they complained about with Diablo 2. They're like, oh, I wish I could just buy this stuff in game, blah, 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 blah. Here Blizzard goes, hey, here it is, and everybody's like, nope, that's not what I wanted. Really? Get over yourselves.
No, I think where a lot of people are, flying off the handle is the whole, and it sort of bothers me a lot of times, but the purity of the game.
Oh, God.
Which is, I think, hilarious because, to me, the people who are holding up the purity of the game, they're called the developers.
Yeah.
They're the ones who are probably upholding the purity of the game. It's just different from what they saw in Diablo 2, which was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Everyone was so worried about StarCraft 2 coming out, and it came out, and no one died. No one had a heart attack because it was so, much different, and I think a lot of that is going to the same thing's going to be in Diablo 3. What I'd like to pose to you guys is I read on Twitter the guy who does extra credits. I really like them a lot, and he said that this could be the most important thing that's happened in gaming in the last 5-10 years.
It will, because I don't think the gamers understand that this is kind of the way that everything is going. this is what's going to happen. It's going to be more controlled environments. It's going to be real-life money for microtransactions. Games are going to go down in cost because they're going to start opening up microtransaction options. And now you can trade. The other thing is that you can trade money between players. It's not like we're giving Blizzard money. We're doing it for each other. So how that's bad, I haven't figured out. Yeah, they get a cut, but who cares? They got to make money too. But then you also have, like, today, speaking of, well, watch this, I'm going to tie in QuakeCon and Blizzard at the same time. Rage just announced that they're going to have, not necessarily DRM, but they're going to make it so that you can't get a used copy and get all the extra bonuses and that you can unlock because you have a used copy. You have to have an original game. Ubisoft's doing the same thing, and I think that this is just the biggest player out there right now who has those most money is making this change, and that is going to force people to, move on. And it's the way that we can't stop progress, and gaming is moving so fast right now. We are in that generation that games are just going forward, and if we don't let it evolve, we're going to end up with we're going to end up with Madden. Constantly. That's what's going to happen. We're going to end up with the same damn game every year.
I can't agree with that because all this is doing is promoting people wasting real money on fake items.
Dude, EVE Online did that.
Yes, I understand that, but
you've got people buying planets for like $6,000 in real-life money.
And instead of having that player spend the time in-game to earn it, to actually earn it and gain whatever item, just because some rich asshole wants to fucking have the best armor, best whatever, his own planet, he can just outright buy it from day one when he puts his copy in, whereas somebody like yourself who's probably going to drop 100 hours into Diablo 3.
Oh, yeah.
How would you feel if, some noob just picked up the game, but he happened to have an extra $600 in his pocket or whatever, bought everything he needed, and now was equivalent to you? So essentially did the 100 hours you spent in minutes buying all this stuff.
I play World of Warcraft. I deal with that crap every day.
Exactly.
But it doesn't bother me because it doesn't affect my game. Like, it doesn't affect me. When you're in PvP?
And when you're in PvP?
Even if I PvP, I don't worry about it because it's not breaking my game. I'm a good PvP player, so my skill is going to outweigh them. Just because it's not based off gear. Just because you have gear doesn't mean that you're a good player.
So if somebody had the Sword of 1,000 Truths?
Hey, if someone had the Sword of 1,000 Truths, and I had, Thunder Fury, yes, level 60 Legendary is amazing, and I had Thunder Fury, and I whooped his ass because I'm a good player, not because he had the best sword in the game.
No, you whooped his ass because you hit one or two enough times.
Exactly, because you face rolled the game is what you did. Diablo's going to be the same way. Diablo is designed for players of skill base. It's not, and for skill sets. Well, skill sets kind of went away now. So now they're going to implement a new system, which is going to make the game more dynamic and more ways for players to learn how to play a new game. They're not getting the same Diablo. It's not Diablo 2. We are 10 years away from the games that they built 10 years ago. That we are on a new generation. Technology and the way people play game now is completely different than what we did back in the day. Why everybody wants the old games again? Go play the old games. That's not what we're playing today.
But you're missing the overall point here, though, is, like, back to what we were originally talking about, companies nickel and diming people. Now, essentially, it's not just the company nickeling and diming. It's other players now nickeling and diming for whatever.
Yes. Yeah. But they're going to get a share.
That's the whole thing.
I have no problem.
The company's essentially selling you their game back to you. And now they're allowing other players to sell the game to you as well.
To be profitable off it. That's like Major League Gaming. You're going to say the players that are really good that beat other players at a convention and win $38,000, they're not.
That's nowhere in the same ballpark. That's somebody taking their skill and winning a competition.
And winning money.
What I'm talking about here is I go on there and I collect I farm all of these items, and I go, hey, look at you. You don't have any of these items. Let me sell a portion of this game to you. The game you've already paid $50 to $60 for. I'm now selling you little pieces of it that you could get on your own for $1 here, $2 there. I'm essentially selling you your own stuff.
But there's
stuff you already have.
But there's this awesome feature in the game. It's called not using it or not buying it. That's the whole thing. Is that how are you nickel and diming me if I don't buy your stuff?
Well,
if I don't buy it and I don't invest it, who cares if the guy next to me did it? He's a douchebag and wanted to buy it. That's congrats for him. He just lost money in the game. I haven't lost anything because, you know what, I didn't really need it.
Well, while true...
David just rage quit.
While true, though... I didn't rage quit, did I?
I thought that was you. I thought you were dumping the mic down. You're like, fucking hell.
Why are you getting so hostile, dude?
While that's true, Corey, you yourself said this is where you see the progression of gaming going.
Yeah.
Which means sooner or later, you're going to be sucked back into it because that's just going to be the standard.
Yeah,
it's going to be standard that me and you both have the game because I have more time to play it. I can sell you that game you've already paid $50, $60 for. I can go, here, have it extra, you can have these little bits of the game. I'm going to charge you, even though you've already paid for it. I'm going to charge you.
Well, look at
see, David, I'm thinking that, maybe instead of looking at it that way, maybe you're paying that person for the time that they spent building up to get that item.
You're buying time. But that's all you're doing.
But that's not the case, though. I'm not paying that person to specifically.
Then you're not buying time.
I'm also paying Blizzard and another third party for doing absolutely nothing except for selling me the original game.
And that's it. You bought the game from them. You're done. Your transaction with Blizzard is done.
That's true. If you're selling me something for $2, say for instance at $100, you're selling me something for $100. Now Blizzard has made $10 off of their stuff they've already sold me, as well as a third party is making $10 off that stuff that I've already been sold, and you're now making $80 off that stuff I've already been sold.
Or you could use your own time investment and get your own product, get your own item.
If all of that money was going, all $100 was going to you in this instance, yeah, now I'm paying you for your time of going out and finding that stuff, and I'm paying you for that time. Whereas now I'm paying you for that time, but I'm also paying Blizzard for already selling it to me.
So you're upset that Blizzard?
Party, yeah, because it's not gonna stop at just 10%. Hell, it might not even stop that. You might even see Blizzard setting up its own farms so that 100% of whatever they're selling is going to Blizzard. Are you gonna tell me this multi-million-dollar company wouldn't have it in their bright idea to go, well, let's hire 50 people, sit around here and have them farm stuff in our game, use our system, and now every time they make a sale, all of the money comes to us. Yeah, we pay them their salary and all that stuff, but potentially they can make way more.
Okay, so tell me what the difference is between doing that and playing Farmville and buying sheep. You're not trading with a character. You're not trading with anybody. You're buying directly from the company a microtransaction that makes your game better.
How much do you pay for Farmville in the first place?
You don't pay anything.
Exactly.
So if Diablo 3 was free and you were only giving, we're saying 10%. Let's be aware. There is no announcement as to how much the percentage is. Because that's another thing that I'll be interested in. What if Blizzard's like, yeah, we take 1%? Is that going to hurt anybody's feelings?
The third party would be at least 3.5% to 5%, just because that's what a credit card company charges. That's what a credit card company charges a company for the use of that.
What about Amazon? We do the same thing with Amazon. Amazon gets their cut every time you make a purchase on them.
Right, but Amazon's the one who pays the credit card company.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So why would Blizzard pay them?
Amazon's the one who's insuring you so you don't get screwed.
Which Blizzard is doing with the credit card company that they are going through.
But that's the thing is, even if it comes out and it's 1%, Blizzard makes 1%, that's 1% now until they realize almost exactly what Modern Warfare and Call of Duty did. People are going to pay for this stuff.
Yeah.
People are going to drop $15 for 5 extra map packs because they want it. So, or Netflix. Exactly. They're just going to slowly increase it. People complain at first and then not give a shit because that's just how it is.
But Blizzard is a company that doesn't need to make money. That's the whole thing.
Every company needs to make money.
No.
Every company's around to make money.
If that's the case, then you can argue you have World of Warcraft just now gives the game is almost free to play at this point. Okay? So they obviously are not worried about income. If you get half of the World of Warcraft players, and half of them, 17 million players, half of those guys buy Diablo 3, the game is a success, Blizzard makes its money back. Who cares about microtransactions? That's between the players. And yeah, okay, they get a little bit here and a little bit there. That's not going to fund anybody's paycheck. And what if nobody uses it? Think about it. What if nobody ends up using the auction house? And then Blizzard goes, oh, well, it didn't really work that well, so we took it out of the game.
The Chinese are going to use it. The Chinese and the Koreans will use it.
Yeah, but they're going to do that on any game, dude. You can't be like they're going to do it on Diablo 3. They're going to do it on any game they can do that. Any game that's available on, there's going to be gold farmers.
Exactly,
regardless.
which means you can't say nobody's going to use it, because there's already a group of people who are
So
going to
then the gold farmers are paying Blizzard. Because they'll be doing transactions back and forth and buying low and selling high. So Blizzard's making a crap ton of money on the gold sellers that are trying to screw the game in the first place. I'm game. I'm all for it.
So here's a question I have for both of you.
All right.
Minus, say, David's example of Koreans and the Chinese taking advantage of the system. Do you think that normal, everyday people, that someone could literally make a living playing Diablo 3?
We won't know until the auction house comes out, because you won't be able to tell off a price point. Because what if stuff starts selling at 30 cents, 20 cents, 50 cents?
Right, but I'm saying, is there a possibility there?
Yes.
That in theory,
yes.
You could make a living
If done properly, I think you fully could. If you invested that much time and you figured out a market and you could corner a market, but it's like playing the stock market. You win some, you lose some. Some days you're great, some days you're down 500 points type deal. You got to win it. I think that you can make a living, but it's a very risky investment. And I mean, it's resourceful players. They're Blizzard players. They're very resourceful. They'll do whatever they can to game the system to make as much money as they possibly can out of and squeeze the lifeblood out of it, but eventually the market gets saturated and it ends up failing. So, yeah, you can make a living, but it'll only be temporary.
See, I don't believe that, because have you ever heard of the MMO Entropia?
Of course, Entropia.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. But there's people that I've met who make more than I do playing an MMO.
But think about it, how much time are they investing into it?
They're probably investing about as much time as I am at doing my actual job.
So the actual question is, can you be a full-time Diablo 3 player? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to do? If you want to do it, amen to you.
And if you can make enough money at it?
And if you can make
I
money,
could
I'm not
sit
going to
down and
stop
play
you.
Diablo 3 and make more than $80,000 a year, hell yeah, I'll play Diablo 3 8 hours a day,
But
5 days a week.
That's the thing. Gamers complain all the time. Man, I wish I could play video games for a living. Here's an opportunity to play video games for a living, and everybody's pissed off. Really?
I think there's just a very small vocal majority, or a vocal minority, who are the people who are really making a big stink about this.
It's the trolls. It's gonna happen.
Like listening to Garnet Lee fucking melt down on Weekend Confirmed, that was hilarious.
Yes. Dude, that was a great episode, by the way.
I just think it's opening a doorway that, in the end, could potentially screw over the entire gaming community.
You have so many developers that already want to do this and implement it. I mean, the only difference is that this is one of the big boys doing it. I already see EA is going to go this route. Obviously, ID Games and ID Interactive and Bethesda are already looking into doing it, and like I said, are doing it with Rage now. So it's going to happen. Everybody's going to end up doing it. Just Blizzard is paving the way for everybody to do it.
Everybody's doing it, man.
That's right, man. This is the thing to do. And we do say, yeah, you're screwing the players. You're really not. It's the way everything's going nowadays. Microtransactions. Now, whether it's between players or between developers and players, that's really the decision of the company.
Yeah, I think if they ever get to the point where they come up with David's solution of where Blizzard actually has people trying to farm items and stuff, I think that's when there's some serious corporate ethics involved.
Yeah, but that's stuff like that.
I honestly don't see that how that's not going to happen is the thing.
Well, it could happen, but
or have an entire company that's designed to.
with a gamer company, there's going to be that one guy who rage quits, and he's going to out the whole company, and then there's going to be an investigation, and Blizzard will shut down. So,
Are you kidding? If somebody's getting paid $60,000 a year to sit there and play Diablo 3, that is their job, or whatever next game they have, who really is going to fucking rage quit?
Dude, you hear people rage quit all the time and leak stuff out all the time, and end up getting subpoenaed and all sorts of crap, but it happens all the time. Developers kick people out for stupid reasons, the guy gets pissed off, and he starts outing people. It happens. It's the nature of people. $60,000 be damned. They're going to be like, you know what, you guys suck, and I'm going to burn you. Bah, ha, ha, ha.
And it's also the nature of people to try to screw over everybody else for their own monetary gain.
And if I can do that with an epic item, I totally will.
Although, David, I will say that there could be one ethical person working there doing that, so that may pull a whistle.
Yeah.
So it's a risk, yes. Blizzard is taking a very big risk with this, but I, for one, applaud them for trying to do something different. And you know what? If the whole community doesn't like it, don't buy the game. It's that simple. Don't buy it. Oh, well,
Torchlight 2, baby.
Torchlight 2. Hey, Torchlight 2. Go play that. Hell, there's a bunch of games on PlayStation 3 that you guys can download off the PlayStation Network that replicate Diablo. I mean, if you don't want to play that game, don't buy it. That's it. End of story. Don't flame it. Don't tell everybody that they're going to get screwed. Don't try and make it so that everybody else that shouldn't play it because you're not playing it. Just don't buy the game.
That's an entire other conversation, Corey, where we're going to talk about how volatile and,
boycotting. I love boycotting.
Yeah.
We'll talk about boycotting. That hasn't worked since like the 40s, but that's awesome.
I'm gonna put that on our list for a future episode.
Oh, like next week. That would be epic.
I'm just, the whole and I think, again, we'll talk about this later, but like how everyone's like, oh my god, we gotta all love this game, and then no one supports it.
Yeah. Exactly.
So the fickle nature of the gaming community.
Hey, I'm a Blizzard fanboy. I'm going to sink my money. I'll tell you right now, I am buying Diablo 3. I'm going to love Diablo 3. I'm going to enjoy every minute of Diablo 3. And I'm going to use the real money auction house just to say that I did it. I may buy one damn thing, but it'll be an awesome one damn thing.
Why don't you marry it then?
If I could, I would sleep with Diablo 3. It would be amazing.
Oh, God.
I would, just me in the case.
Well, there goes the B-.
Well, I can't.
Back down to the C+.
Honestly, I'll probably do the digital download, so I can't sleep with it. So,
Hey, there are those guys in Japan that have married a computer programmer or something.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm just saying. Not saying. I'm just saying.
And your computer has tons of slots. So.
Oh. And we're bound to see.
Yeah, we're bound to see. That's all right. Hey, if I can pay $14.95 for the past 6 years to play World of Warcraft, I'm not worried about sinking a little money into Diablo 3.
I'm shaking my head at you.
I'm just saying. Just think about if you factor it out, it's like over $1,000 I've dumped into World of Warcraft just to play a game. So
my ears, they're bleeding now.
I'm not worried about playing Diablo 3 and spending a couple pennies here or there to get an item.
My brain hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts. Killing me. All right. Final thoughts. Anything?
I think I've actually, without starting any other long conversations, I think I've kind of stated my final thoughts on all.
Okay, I have a question. I have one question before we go.
What?
All right.
David, are you going to buy Diablo 3?
If it's on PS3, possibly.
Ooh, you would buy it if it was on a console?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, my current
real life auction house and everything.
Well, I would never use it.
I'm just asking, but you would buy it.
Yeah.
Brian,
I'd never use it though.
Brian, okay? That's valid. That's valid. I'm not going to knock you. How you play is your style. It has nothing to do with me. Brian, would you buy a Diablo 3?
Yeah, I have no problem with buying Diablo 3. I may not buy Diablo 3, but I have no problem with the system or what they're trying to do with it. I think it's perfectly valid business model. And, I applaud Blizzard for at least trying a different business model, even if I wouldn't personally use it myself.
Yeah.
But who knows? I mean, maybe if I actually really like the game, maybe I would actually try, like during the weekend, try to, work my way to, try to land some kind of purple, orange, blue, puce, whatever is the rare color. and try to sell it. I mean, who knows? I mean, maybe I would try that, but I think I'm still more excited about Torchlight 2 than I am Diablo 3.
I'm excited for both. So
you're fired.
that's all right.
All right, Corey, how can people find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/mythicgriffin. You guys can find me all over AggroGamer just for fun. And you guys actually can find me on Google Plus, also as Mythic Griffin. So check me out, find me, and if you have comments and questions or concerns, or if you just want to do a little chatting of Blizzard community, throw me a message.
All right. David, give up your info.
For me, it's pretty much the exact same. It's the Real Hades at Twitter, Facebook, Google Plus. Another one that I really enjoy some support for is the PlayStation 3 tester site. I'm definitely trying out for that again. But I'm on there as the Real Hades as well. So feel free, hit me up, do whatever. Follow me on Twitter. The Real Hades is pretty much everywhere.
The tester. Now I'm shaking my head.
Hey. If you read my article, there's a good reason on why.
Yes, and 9,200 and some people have.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So.
You can catch me at as Quiglin on Twitter, Pwned, Facebook, Google Plus, Xbox Live, PlayStation Network, whatever. So QUIGLIN. The show notes will put in, David and Corey's and see if I can get myself signed up for Extra Life. Make sure you go out and support it. $24, $1 for each hour. Definitely, this is the kids. We're playing games for the kids.
All about helping out sick kids.
Right. It's all about kids. Let's see. Well, I will put in, I found Hayden Dalton's Twitter. It's just Hayden Dalton because I'm retarded. I'll put that in there. We'll put in, Corey, what did you just talk about?
QuakeCon?
No.
Whatever
I figure out, we'll talk about something and I'll put it in the show notes.
Brian's tramp stamp.
Oh, no, it was David's
Crush-based
tester thing. So
okay.
to go and support him for that, I'll put that in the show notes as well. Otherwise, follow AggroGamer on Twitter as AggroGamer or AggroGamer.com for all your news and reviews. All right, guys, episode 85 in the books.
I'm off to play Terraria.
Yes. What do you mean off to play? You're just going to continue.
Well,
you're going to continue where you left off.
Okay.
Well, he probably paused it so that he could talk about Diablo.
Priorities.
Right. All right. So. Hi. All right. So that is episode 85, and we are out. Peace.
Peace.
Later.